What's going on, FG fam? Welcome back to the New York Knicks Franchise MyNBA here on NBA 2K21 Next Generation. And today, the series comes to a close. If you're hyped for that, make sure you drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel for the love of franchise content, as that is what we provide here on this channel. We'll be talking about franchise modes. We'll be playing franchise modes. That is what we do. Make sure you guys are supporting the channel. Of course, you can drop that like. You can share the video anywhere you possibly can. You may not think it helps because you have no followers or whatever, but it really doesn't matter. It totally does help the channel, and I am greatly appreciative of that. But let's get into it. This is the final simulation, and we will get to see what ends up happening to a lot of the players that have played for our Knicks, as Joshua Banks played this past season for us and had 20.8 points per game. Joshua Banks really had a fantastic career. Look at all these 30-point averages his entire time in Denver, Golden State, his entire 3 years there. Joshua Banks played for a lot of different teams in his career and started out a little slowly in Charlotte, but ends up almost a 30 points per game player. 8.7 assists per game. He had almost 5 boards per game. What a player Joshua Banks ended up being. And I know that that is one of your players, so let me know in the comments section. Hype your player up down there. Will Weisbeck, he had a decent career. He had a bunch of 20 points per game seasons for us. He also played pretty well for Cleveland in his 3rd year and beyond with them. Kenny Jameson retires off of our Knicks. He only had 8 points a game. He didn't play that long as far as actually making rosters. And we continue to look at who else retired. Not a lot of big names on the list here. Just a lot of guys that played a couple of seasons, but we want to give them their credit as well, so that is what we do. Joshua Banks, James Wiseman, Anthony Edwards, and Paolo Mancini, who didn't even play 1,000 NBA games, all making the Hall of Fame. Paolo had 30 points per game. Anthony Edwards gets his number retired from the Cavs. Joshua Banks by the Hornets. Edwards gets his retired by a couple of different teams, and we get through the lottery. Knicks end up with the 10th, the 12th, the 16th, the 19th, all kinds of picks. As we take a look at this draft, we have been looking at these guys. You guys can see if any of these players in these drafts have been making the Hall of Fame. Let me know any interesting Easter eggs or tidbits that you guys find throughout the series as far as these simulated seasons are concerned. As you see, Eugene, big MVP for him, over 40 points a game this season. Abe Livingston, most improved, he had 32.9 points a game. Of course, rules and stuff, all that stuff get changed every once in a while in the offseason, and they have kind of been changing for a little bit, as they definitely changed the shot clock at some point in this series. Eugene White, though, absolutely fantastic year. He was first-team All-Defense and first-team All-NBA, and just an amazing player, MVP type year for him as we sim through the playoffs, and the Grizzlies take home the NBA championship. Shout out to my guy Ahaf over on Twitch. Glenn Fisher gets the finals MVP. Didn't look all that crazy impressive, but there you go. Killian Hayes played for us. He retires. But look at Samuel Gaines, our boy. It's been a while since he made double-digit points per game. He hung around perhaps just a little bit too long. He was having a really good career for a really good while there, all the way up until like the 2033 season. Unfortunately, he hung on a little too long. I don't know if he's making the Hall. Tyler Frick retiring as well. There you go. A couple of names to recognize. Mao Chung Lee, I remember when he came out in the draft. Vic Vincent, the former Knick, is retiring as well. He had a lot of 20-point-per-game seasons. Couple for us near the end there. And definitely won a championship with us as well. So who knows if he could make the Hall of Fame, possibly. I'm not going to bank on it because it's really, really hard to make the Hall in this game for some reason. Killian Hayes does make it almost 1,500 games played, 20 points per game, a lot of assists as well, almost averaged a double-double. Gaines does get his jersey retired by our Knicks. Nobody now can wear 41 in New York. Look at all these lottery picks for the Knicks. 2, 4, 6, 7 lottery picks out of 14. We have half the lottery Can we get the first overall pick? No, but we can get 2, 3, 4, and 5, as well as 8. That is wild. We also get 12, 14, 21, and 28. So a lot of picks in the first round here. Definitely potential to completely retool the entire team and maybe win a simulated NBA Finals at some point in this video. Eugene gets another MVP. Monty Ross is the Rookie of the Year with 20.6 points per game. George McLeod continuing to really play well in this simulation, but Eugene White with 2 MVPs in a row now. George McLeod has a couple of MVPs his own right, so we'll see how that goes. Those guys I would expect to make the Hall of Fame if they get there before the end of this simulation. If they do retire before the end of this simulation, that is Monty Ross, all rookie first team, of course. We also had Billy Marks on that list. So a couple of guys that we took. There's Joe Olsen and Jeff Price. So 4 of our rookies on the all-rookie teams. And here we are with a chance as we lose to the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals. They end up winning the NBA championship. The Indiana Pacers. Shout out to one of my oldest subscribers on the channel, Eagle Ninjask, who is a Pacer fan and a big Indiana native. So shout out to you, my guy, EJ, as we like to call him in the community. If you want to be a bigger part of the community, make sure you join the Discord. There is a link in the description below. Eric Baldwin wins the Finals MVP at 30.2 points per game, 5 boards, and almost 5 assists per game, as the Pacers sweep the Trailblazers and get a big-time win for the organization. And the Pacers would end up probably being a thorn in our side, really, in this whole thing, because they've knocked us out a couple of times. We were able to get to the Eastern Conference Final as a 6 seed, though, so I can't really complain in all, because it was a successful year. Benji Jasper, that is one of your players. Make sure you comment down below if you're around, creator of Benji Jasper, who had a very good career in the beginning and kind of fizzled out at the end. There's Kaliko. Our boy Kaliko won a chip with us, never averaged above like 6.5 points per game, but really good role player for most of his time. There's Rigoberto Ramirez Jr., who averaged a lot of points per game early on in his career and then fizzled out more towards the end, but still a very good player. Rigoberto Ramirez. Shout out to Rigo, who is a fantastic member of this community. Again, make sure you're joining the Discord. The link is in the description. We talk all the time in there. Lots of conversations going on. A chance to talk to me outside of just YouTube and Twitch. And if you're not following the Twitch, that link is in the description below as well. I stream most nights, honestly, on Twitch, except Wednesday and Friday nights. So we continue to look at who else has retired, if there's anything interesting in here. Alex Longley is a name I recognize, but don't believe that he is any sort of Hall of Fame candidate, especially only playing 10 years. It's kind of tough. Got to play for a long time, and you got to play at a high level, honestly. There's Igor Titov. I don't know if that... I recognize that he played for us. There he is. Rodberry Carroll, we had him as a rookie, but I don't think we actually ever used him. I think we traded him away. As we continue looking on, Frank Lucas, big-time gangster. No, Rigo making the Hall of Fame. Let's go, Rigo. Paolo Mancini. Wait a minute. He made the Hall of Fame last year. He makes it again? How many Paolo Mancinis are there? There's Jamal Williamson. He makes it. Not even 1,000 games played, 21 points a game. But Rigo, congratulations on getting yourself in the Hall of Fame. As we look at lottery picks, we have another, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lottery picks here. And, of course, other picks that we have later on. Always trying to retool some talent. We will go ahead and sign our picks here. And Chris Berry is the new MVP. 24.8 points a game with 11.6 assists and 6 boards. And almost a couple of steals a game. Chris Berry really had himself a hell of a year. Way to go. 49.5 on field goal percentage. George McLeod still winning Defensive Player of the Year pretty consistently here, as he has been a very amazing player in this simulation and playing for the Utah Jazz. We get nobody there in the second team, nobody in the third team, so I guess we're just not very good. All defensive first team, we got no candidates, or the second team, nobody for us. As we play the Pacers again, and again they take us out in the Eastern Conference Final. Told you they'd be a thorn in our side. Again, it was a 1 versus 6 situation. And again, the Indiana Pacers are your NBA champions. So 2 in a row for the Pacers. Dmitry Chiganov with the Finals MVP. 25.8 points per game, 8.8 boards, a couple assists per game, and a steal per game for the small forward, who had a 45% field goal percentage. They beat the Denver Nuggets from the Western Conference, and Juice Manley has finally done it. He has finally hung the cleats up. There's Juice Boy, as he hasn't played much through the last 5-6 seasons even. Yeah, last 6 seasons, he really has not played. He's been very much a bench warmer, kind of ruining his numbers, but he had really good numbers for a good while here. Look at that, 25, 25, 24, 26, 25. A lot of really good numbers. In fact, he won the finals with us on his 10.9 season, I believe. But Juice Manley, one of my favorite players, definitely my favorite player in this series. Love Juice Manley. His three-point shooting was amazing. There's Brevin Paul as well. We had him. He won a finals for us. I didn't look at his stats. I think I might have missed him when I was recording. Gary Arthur played for us as well. He had some really good seasons in the beginning of his career. He is hanging up the cleats. Donta Wade was up there as well. So a lot of guys who had previously won with us. We will retire Juice Manley's jersey, though, with his longevity of 19 seasons playing for the New York Knicks. So there you go. Nobody can wear number 7. And now we'll just take a look here at the NBA records. LeBron James still holding the point record. Luka Doncic, Devin Booker, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Look at all of these guys who have climbed up in here and pushed Michael Jordan down to number 18. But, of course, Michael Jordan, not with the longevity of everyone else, obviously. Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Killian Hayes, all pushing their way in there. Cole Anthony as well, Zion. Field goals made. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar still way up there. Michael Jordan has been pushed to number 12. Three-pointers made. Who has made the most three-pointers? Look at Paolo Mancini. He's way up there. Luka has made the most. Mr. Doncic with the most three-pointers of all time. I was kind of looking to see if Juice Manley was there. He's number 33 all time. That's not bad, you know? I mean, just under Jaylen Brown, Kyrie Irving. I mean, number 33 all time. That's nothing to really sneeze at. He beats guys like Kemba Walker, Klay Thompson. Very respectable. Beats Rigo, who's a Hall of Famer. Beats Tyler Hero, De'Aaron Fox. Lots of guys he ends up beating. Free throws made. Who's number 1 on this list as we go all the way up to the top? Tim Duncan's up there. Shaq in free throws made. It's because he took so many. Going up to the top, it's Karl Malone still. Moses Malone still up there. LeBron and all. Rebounds still Wilt. Assists is still John Stockton. Can't bring him down. Hakeem Olajuwon still up there in blocks. John Stockton still with steals. Minutes. LeBron James played the most minutes, had the most turnovers. Points per game is Paolo Mancini, who has supplanted Michael Jordan with 30.2 points per game. Joshua Banks, very impressive at number 5 all-time. Luka number 4, Wilt number 3. There you go. No LeBron to be found on the points per game list of all time. Let's see. Number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope. LeBron still not in the top 10. He's number 15 with 26.4 apparently. RJ Barrett, number 19. That's kind of incredible. He's ahead of Kyrie, Kevin Durant, Dame Lillard, Donovan Mitchell. I don't know. RJ Barrett, I hope he has that kind of potential, but geez, you know, as a Knicks fan, I'd love to see it, but I can't buy it right now. James Wiseman in that spot at number 37. Giannis pushed all the way to 42. Carmelo, my favorite player, number 44. Field goal percentage, who has number 1? That's Zion. Three-point percentage, still Steve Kerr. We got Rob Rose, who I believe somebody made. That's number 5. Vic Vincent, former Knick. Number 8, Carter Galt. Number 9. There we go. We haven't seen Carter Galt do much in this simulation before he was able to retire, but there we go. Good to know he was up there in three-point shooting percentage. You'll love to see that. Sadiq Bey is up there. Jason Tatum, Kira Lewis. Guys that we have had. Emmanuel Quickly, Tyler Hero, JJ Redick, of course, would be on this list. Top 100, I guess we can't really find Juice Manley unless I missed it. No Juice Manley in the top 100 in three-point shooting percentage, but I think it's just because he didn't qualify. I'm not sure, because Juice Manley had a really nice percentage early on in his career. It was like 55 or something, but maybe it just completely went away and dissipated. Not really sure. Free throw percentage, 97.6% for Paolo Mancini. Don't foul the man. Vic Vincent's up there. Joshua Banks as well in their careers with the free throw shooting percentage. Rebounds per game, obviously Wilt and Russell are going to be the tops. Assists, Magic and Stockton are going to be up there. Blocks per game, no shot at passing Mark Eaton there. Games played, a lot of games by Robert Parrish. LeBron came very, very close to that one. Jaren Jackson there. 40-point games. Joshua Banks had the most. 50-point games. Eugene White had 85 50-point games. That is ridiculous. As we look through the records here for our entire simulation season awards, past champions, there you go. Pacers with 2 in a row there. Grizzlies, Hornets, the Knicks with 2 in a row, Pistons, Sixers, the Spurs got the three-peat, Celtics, Knicks again. That was our big 4-0 win over the Trailblazers. Then the Grizz, we got our first win there against the Pelicans. So look, the Knicks coming away with some championships in this simulation. You cannot be upset there. We definitely completed our goal in this series to get them some championships. They got 4 of them. I'm not complaining. Had a chance to get to 2 more, but the Pacers were just too good against us. Brevin Paul, Donta Wade winning some finals MVPs. League leaders as far as points per game. Look at this. Eugene White has led 4 years straight, almost averaging 50 points a game a couple of years there. Eugene White. The Hornets were also lucky in having Joshua Banks as a member of their team. So there you go, looking at that. Rebounds per game. Look at Wiseman, just absolutely killing it. Samuel Gaines took 2 years, though, so proud of Samuel. Assists per game. I don't really recognize many of these names. Chris Berry did win a couple MVPs at the end there. Kira Lewis had a couple of assists, and that was after he left our Knicks. Trae Young did pretty well for a bit there. He had a bunch of them. Steals per game, we never had anybody hit this list for us. Blocks per game, we had some guys there. You saw a couple of those. Points per game, still looking at those. So, big-time players make big-time plays in this league, and it has been a really, really nice series. I hope you guys have enjoyed this series as we take a final look here at the Hall of Famers. Rigo, Paolo Mancini. I'm looking at a lot of these guys that were drafted along the way. Joshua Banks makes it in. Bam Adebayo, Giannis, DeAndre Ayton, Devin Booker. These are all going to be guys that you already know and love in the NBA, but it has been a pleasure to run this series for you. It had a hot start, and it was going pretty well for a while, but it fizzled out at the end. Let me know. Give me some constructive criticism on how I could have made this series better, how I can make an NBA series better the next time to hold some interest and keep it going. I know it took a little while for the Knicks to become a decent team and make it to the playoffs, but once they did, they were really ready to rock and roll. And we ended up taking them all the way through to a finals championship and an NBA title. Look at that. Juice Manley, three-pointers made in Knick history. He is up there. This is just New York Knicks history. Most rebounds in a game. Samuel Gaines was way up there. He had 4 of the top 5 slots. You'll love to see that. But yes, I am definitely looking for your feedback. We are going to have our next franchise coming up that is going to be starting. Episode 1 will be the MLB The Show series that is going to be coming sometime next week. So I hope you guys are definitely excited for that. As we take a look here now, the Knicks up to 6 NBA championships. We had the number 41 for Samuel Gaines and the number 7 for Juice Manley as retired numbers in New York Knicks history. Proud of that. Good to see. made a lot of conference championships and playoff appearances and all that good stuff, division titles. So proud of what I did here with the Knicks. Hope you guys definitely enjoyed. Let me know any, again, constructive criticism or comments on this series in the comments section below. Support the channel as a whole, not just this series, by dropping a like on the video and making sure that you share it anywhere you possibly can. You may not think it helps, but it really does, and I'll see you soon.
I feel you somehow.